And Macon Bibb County Sheriff David Davis is shedding some light on crime trends we've seen so far this year.
41 NBC's Joy Dukes is breaking down the numbers of the recent violent activities impacting the community. Joy.
Well, despite the recent wave of crime in Macon, some crime numbers are actually down from last year. That's according to Sheriff David Davis. He shared data that the Bibb County Sheriff's Office has been collecting on crimes from robberies to murders.
To many in the community, the issue of crime in Macon-Bibb seems to be getting worse.
This weekend has been another weekend of mayhem in Macon.
And the suspects behind those crimes getting younger.
Here in the last month or 6 weeks, it has truly been a striking trend of young teenagers.
Now the numbers are in.
Santel, roll it.
3 armed robberies and 2 homicides in a week.
We started off Saturday night with a homicide of 30-year-old Michael Chapman.
Followed by the death of a 17-year-old boy Monday night.
Typically on any given year, we don't see more than maybe 2 or 3 of our homicides that involve teenagers. Most of them are in the 20s, 30s, even 40s and 50s. But this is a troubling trend that we're seeing here recently.
Sheriff David Davis says based off of data from the Sheriff's Office, the number of armed robberies in 2018 are down in comparison with 2017.
And when we're talking about the armed robberies and commercial robberies, really this year we're down 18% from what we had last year. We're down in burglaries and thefts from what we were last year.
The only outlier is the number of homicides.
It's just senseless. Over some foolish argument or some foolish disagreement.
Sheriff Davis says they offer several programs, but it's up to community members to help reverse the trend.
Reach out into some of these families and make a difference in their lives and do something so that these 17-year-olds are not walking up and down the street carrying firearms.
And turn those numbers around.
Well, so far this year in Macon-Bibb, the Sheriff's Office has arrested more than 1,000 people and seized more than 1,600 weapons. Sheriff Davis says even though they're understaffed, his deputies are working as hard as they can.
Thank you, Joy. There have been 32 homicides so far in Macon this year. Last year, the total was 30.
And county officials are hoping the number quits growing as we approach the end of the year.